Welcome to Explain the Charts, where we break down the latest market movements, news events, and chart data to help you make informed trading decisions. Today, September 11th, 2024, we're going to examine the QQQ, the Nasdaq 100 tracker, to see what the news and the charts are telling us about its future direction. First, let's take a look at the recent news surrounding the Nasdaq. Headlines from major financial publications like Barron's, Wall Street Journal, Investors Business Daily, Investopedia, and MarketWatch indicate a mixed sentiment in the stock market, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average slipping while the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite and S&P 500 experience gains. This suggests that investors are keeping a close eye on economic data, particularly the upcoming CPI inflation report, which could have a significant impact on the market's direction. The Nasdaq has been a key focus for investors due to its heavy weighting in technology stocks. The August jobs report, which showed a weaker-than-expected performance, has raised concerns about the health of the U.S. economy and its implications for the technology sector. These concerns have led to a sell-off in mega-cap tech stocks like Amazon, Alphabet, and Meta platforms. The semiconductor sector has also seen declines, with companies like Broadcom, Nvidia, and Advanced Micro Devices experiencing significant drops. Despite the recent sell-off, some analysts remain optimistic about the long-term prospects of the technology sector, particularly in areas like artificial intelligence. However, investors are closely monitoring the Fed's stance on interest rates, as the central bank is expected to cut rates at least once this month. The recent weakening labor market trends have increased speculation that the Fed could cut rates by a half percentage point. International equities are currently outperforming U.S. stocks, leading some analysts to suggest that investors consider diversifying their portfolios by adding exposure to international markets. Now let's take a look at the QQQ chart data to see if we can find any correlations between the news and the chart patterns. Looking at the QQQ daily chart, we can see a clear uptrend since September 2023, with the price making higher highs and higher lows. The price has recently pulled back from its all-time high, which was around 455, but it's important to note that this pullback is within the context of the overall uptrend. The recent drop from 455 to 448 suggests a potential short-term correction, but it's too early to say if this is a reversal of the uptrend. Let's take a closer look at the 1-hour chart to see if we can get a better understanding of the current price action. Zooming in on the QQQ 1-hour chart, we can see a more detailed picture of the recent pullback from the all-time high. The price action suggests that sellers are gaining control, but the price is still above the 50-day moving average, which is a key support level. The 1-hour chart shows a series of lower highs and lower lows, suggesting that the short-term momentum is weakening. However, it's important to note that the price is still above the 200-day moving average, which is a longer-term support level. The price is also trading above the 20-day moving average, which suggests that the overall sentiment remains bullish. Let's see what the 15-minute chart can tell us about the current price action. The QQQ 15-minute chart provides a very short-term perspective on the price action. This time frame can be helpful for identifying short-term trends and reversals, but it's important to remember that it's also very volatile. We can see that the price has been consolidating in a narrow range for the past few hours, which suggests that buyers and sellers are in a stalemate. The price is currently trading near the bottom of this range, which could be a good opportunity for buyers to enter the market. However, if the price breaks below the support level at 454, it could trigger a further decline. Let's go back to the daily chart and see what key price levels we should be looking at in the long term. On the daily chart, the 455 level represents a significant resistance level, as it's the all-time high. If the price breaks above 455, it could trigger a further rally, but this is a challenging level to overcome. The 448 level represents a key support level, as it's the recent low. If the price breaks below 448, it could trigger a further decline, and we'll need to closely monitor the 200-day moving average, which is a longer-term support level. The 400 level is a longer-term support level, but it's too far away to be considered a near-term factor. In conclusion, the QQQ is currently in a state of flux, with both bullish and bearish signals present. The daily chart shows a strong uptrend, but the recent pullback from the all-time high suggests a potential short-term correction. The 1-hour chart shows a weakening short-term momentum, but the price is still above key support levels. The 15-minute chart suggests that buyers and sellers are in a stalemate, with the price consolidating in a narrow range. Key price levels to watch include the resistance level at 455, the support level at 448, and the longer-term support level at 400. The likelihood of a further rally depends on whether the price can break above the 455 level, while the likelihood of a further decline depends on whether the price breaks below the 448 level. Conditions that could reinforce the likelihood of a further rally include strong economic data, positive news about the technology sector, and a dovish stance by the Fed. Conditions that could reinforce the likelihood of a further decline include weak economic data, negative news about the technology sector, and a hawkish stance by the Fed. Things to look for in the coming days include the release of the CPI inflation report, the Fed's decision on interest rates, and any further developments in the technology sector.